DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation is about no sloppy discipline. That is the idea. No sloppy discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is about, the way I define it when I open my daily masterclass, is your willingness and ability to show up every single day and do the work. And the dictionary definition is about showing up. It's about enforcing rules upon yourself and enforcing them with some kind of a penalty if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So training someone to obey rules or a code of behavior and some type of punishment to correct the disobedience. That's the definition of discipline, or just training yourself to obey rules if you go to the verb definition. The whole point is, if you have discipline, there's a code of conduct and there are certain rules that you need to be following, certain processes that you need to adhere to. You can't get sloppy with that. If you're being sloppy, it's not discipline. That's the opposite of discipline. Sloppy and discipline are antonyms. All right, you cannot be disciplined and be sloppy at the same time. All right, you got to pick one. So which one is it going to be for you? So when I say sloppy, we're talking about in all ways. You cannot be sloppy in your thinking. You can't be sloppy in the way you physically present yourself. You cannot be sloppy in your behaviors and your habits. You cannot be sloppy in your execution. The final presentation of anything that you put out into the world that other people are going to see and judge, that can't be sloppy either. However you put yourself out there cannot be sloppy. You need to be on point. You need to be focused. You need to be sharp in terms of how you deliver, how you perform, how you show up, the results you produce in your thinking, in your communication. All of these things need to be sharp. They need to be on point. Now, how do you get on point? The way you get on point is by setting your processes, setting your standards, setting your code of conduct and your code of behavior in place and saying, these are my standards. These are the things that I will adhere to, and there's nothing less than this that is acceptable. That's how you set your standards. Simple as that. Let me say it again, because this I might have made it sound so simple that it might have went over some of you's heads. So I'm going to say it again. I'm explaining what it means. This is my code of conduct. These are my standards. This is what I'm adhering to, and nothing less than this is acceptable. You have to draw a line and say, this is where I'm at. Nothing below this line is okay. And then when you tell yourself that, now you got to actually hold yourself accountable. Holding yourself accountable means anything less than this is not okay. And if you find yourself falling below that line too often, what you need to do is fire yourself from the job of holding yourself accountable. You are no longer capable of holding yourself accountable. You have already proven that, because you keep falling below a line that you're not supposed to fall below. So if you keep doing it, that means you're unqualified. You got to get fired. And what you do is you hire someone who will help you be held accountable. That means you need to get yourself a coach, get yourself a trainer, get yourself a professional who you pay money to, who is going to hold you accountable to live up to the line that has been set. And they may even raise that line and make it even more challenging for you than you made it for yourself. They actually probably will, because you're never going to push yourself as hard as somebody else will push you, especially a professional who knows what they're doing. Now, you might be wondering, Dre, what are you talking about fire yourself? Why would I fire myself from the job? Why can't I just tell myself to work harder? Why can't I just watch some more of your YouTube videos? Why can't I just listen to a podcast or go buy some books and get myself in the right frame of mind? Well, let me ask you a question. How many YouTube videos have you watched in your life? And you still have no discipline. How many books have you read? You're still not disciplined. How many podcast episodes have you listened to? How many hype up Instagram posts have you scrolled through and liked? A whole bunch of them, right? So all that stuff's been out and you still don't have discipline. So clearly that is not the answer to your problem. See, what I'm trying to help you all do is get out of this cycle of mediocrity that many people get caught into, which is, I'm just going to, and then they name something that's comfortable and easy for themselves as if that's going to solve the problem. If that was all it took, then you would have already done it. You already been doing things that are comfortable and easy for you. That's why you're in this position of being sloppy right now, because you think just doing the easy thing is going to be the solution to your problem. You've been doing easy stuff your whole life. Look at you. Where are you? Are you where you want to be? Okay, so doing easy stuff ain't the answer. So doing more easy stuff is only going to get you more of what you already have, which is more of what you don't want. This is why you got to fire yourself from the job. I'm going to do a whole daily motivation on firing yourself. I might make it tomorrow's video or sometime in the future, but you got to know when to get yourself off the job and get somebody who's more qualified. And sometimes that's not you. So if you find yourself being sloppy right now, any of you listening, you're sloppy in any of these areas that I mentioned: your thoughts, your words, your presentation, your dress, your communication, the things that you complete, work that you do. If any of that stuff is sloppy, you need to fire yourself from that job and get someone who's better than you on the job of doing that thing for you. So for example, I'm a professional speaker. Now, when I speak, I don't use slides or like overhead presentations. Some people, you go to a conference, some people have all the slides and they're talking, they go to slide to slide while they're talking. I don't use slides when I talk, but Let's say that I did. If I did use slides when I talked, I would probably not have me making the slides. Why? Because I'm not a graphic designer. I don't like doing graphic design. It puts me to sleep. And even if I did do it, I'm not good at it. So I would probably have somebody else do the graphic design. I would fire myself from the job preemptively. So I'll be fired before I even started the job. Why? Because I know I'm not that good at it. So I get somebody else to do it because they would help present me more sharply and not sloppy as if I did. If I did it, it will look sloppy because I'm not a good graphic designer. But if they did it, it's going to look good. If I'm paying them, it's going to look good because I'm going to pick somebody who's good at what they do. And if the work's not good, then I'm not keeping that work. I'll get somebody better on the job. That's the whole point. You need to do the same thing with yourself. So with that said, that's today's daily motivation message. I send out a daily motivation text in addition to this video. It's a separate message. You want to get that? Text me at my number, 305-384-6894. It's a separate message than what I send out in the video because clearly I'm not going to talk for 6 minutes in a text message. So text me, you'll get that daily motivation to your phone every day, guaranteed to have you focused, sharp, and on point. Also, Work on Your Game University. That's where I do all my coaching at. That's where all my high-level trainings and courses are at. You get access to that by going to workonyourgameuniversity.com. That number and link are both down below in the description. And lastly, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff. Share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the video, like the video, and leave a comment. Let me know the best insight you got from today's daily motivation message. Have a great day and work on your game. Dre all day.